let's get into the video. So, starting. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I wanted to film an eyebrow tutorial and also just to show you the past of eyebrow history that I have had to deal with and go through and awkward stages. So I wanted to sort of shed light on my eyebrow history, show you my current eyebrow tutorial. If you want to stay tuned and keep on watching, then let's get into the video. With my eyebrow history, I have my full face of makeup on right now. Currently, I don't have anything on my eyebrows. Let's just get a little close-up so we see what we're working with. So this, and I apologize for a lot of this video if I am looking in the viewfinder, it's just to make sure I'm in frame with especially my eyebrows. So these are what my current eyebrows look like. We got a little shape, we got a little something going on, but it's not where they started at. They have gone through many stages. Now, I know with today, the big bushy brow eyes are really in, and I am here for them because for me to maintain thin eyebrows was very expensive. Two, they would literally grow in one day. I have just really hairy face genes, so I have to make sure my eyebrows are maybe on a little bit of a thicker side just so they can be easily maintained. So while we go back through history, when I first, once my eyebrows started to grow more as I got older, I was getting caterpillars on my face. Yes, caterpillars that were turning into unibrows. And now, looking back in prior photos, and I'll pop up the photos right here. I'll pop them up right here. So looking back in prior photos, I have had really caterpillar-ish looking eyebrows, and I will pop up a picture that doesn't show it too bad, but it's sort of like you need a little work. And I think I was in that photo, you see I am in the 4th grade. And then with caterpillar eyebrows, as I got older, they started to look worse and look more caterpillar-ish and get more close together, which that's not always a good idea to get close together with eyebrows. Let's fast forward to I think it was probably 7th grade. My mom was like, I'm not gonna send my daughter to school looking with caterpillar-ish eyebrows. I finally got them waxed. Now, I would get them waxed at and then like a lot of nail salons do waxing, so I'd get them waxed there, and I got them waxed really thin. And it wasn't a bad thin, it was just more like they would grow really fast. Did I tell you my eyebrows hair would grow really fast? So at the time, I couldn't drive. I didn't have any source of income to get my eyebrows done. So I had to, plan it with my mom to get my eyebrows. So I was constantly going through the awkward phases with my eyebrows. Literally, they were so thin that like by the next day, they would be grown in. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at photos just as a reference. So I dealt with that for a few years, and if you have those eyebrows, that's okay. That those really thin eyebrows don't flatter my face. Thin eyebrows just don't flatter my face. So then I will make sure to pop up photos here. So I was in freshman or sophomore year. I think it was sophomore year, and this will be a pop-up another photo of what my eyebrows look like. They were just really thin, didn't have a lot of shape, grew in like a maniac, and I was done. I was done at that point, and I'm like, I am not doing this anymore. We are gonna let these puppies grow in. And it's always when you get your eyebrows starting to grow in, it's gonna turn into awkward phases. They're gonna look a little wonky, but you just have to do it and get through it because the end result's gonna be amazing and great. Now, with that being said, I let them grow in, and I let them grow in too thick. They were too thick, too bushy, had a little shape, but they just needed help. And I think at the time I wasn't even getting my eyebrows done. I was just sort of doing them myself, and they just needed a little help. Again, I will have some photos being popped out here. So then as I was getting them grown in, I decided I need to find a really great eyebrow person because I need some help with my eyebrows. And that's where I started going to, instead of the nail salon, I started going to the Ulta Brow Bar. And at the Ulta Brow Bar, I found my dream girl. She gets me, she gets my eyebrows, she gets that I like them a little bit on the thicker side, so she knows just what to do. And I think finding a really great eyebrow person that gets you, listens to you and how you want your eyebrows to look, but also knows what looks good is really key in this whole story. So I was I've been getting them done with her, probably the rest up till now. Now I don't see her as much. I used to see her more on a like shorter basis, so I would see her maybe once a month, but Ulta's a little bit more pricey. And then once I was able to get them to the thickness and the shape that I want, I would have her do them now, and then I maybe not see her every 6 months. And with every 6 months, then I would go in and get them done and sort of reshaped. And it's probably been 6 months since I've had my eyebrows done, and I've sort of tweaked them now. So with that being said, up to today and what you currently saw my eyebrows looking like, I decided, plus when you fill them in, and if you don't fill in your eyebrows, this doesn't apply to you, but if you fill them in, they do get a little bit thicker. So I decided, let's downsize them a little bit. Let's make them a little bit smaller, but still manageable and maintainable. And then I had them, and we'll zoom in at this part. My eyebrows were a little bit, and it's nothing to my eyebrow lady. It's more me messing them up because I do them when I don't go with her, because if I would need her like every day to do my eyebrows. They grow so fast. My tails were a little bit too cut and a little bit too short. So with that being said, months prior to, I decided up to today, which today is currently February 15th, I decided, well, I'm going to let them grow. I'm going to let the tails grow in a little bit, and I'm going to just let them do their thing, still maintain them. I downsized them a little bit, and I'm honestly really pleased on how I got my eyebrows looking. My eyebrow lady will just clean them up when I go, but I sort of tweaked with the shape a little bit, and I'm really pleased with how they look. Now, 3 tools that are crucial when doing your own eyebrows, and again, I do recommend you still go to if you're able to go to a licensed esthetician to do the normal maintenance, cleanup, reshape, do anything. But once you get comfortable and you sort of can not go to your esthetician as much, and you know what works and how to do your eyebrows, these are the tools that I am currently loved and obsessed with. You have first tweezers. I have this version of tweezers, and then I also have tweezers. So these are the 2 different types of tweezers. Just depends on, like, if I get a lot of stubbles in my eyebrows, so it depends on just really, you know, which one I want to use. Now, going back in, an eyebrow shaver. This could be a very dangerous tool, so you need to, when you're doing your eyebrows, do a little bit, stop, do a little bit, stop, because this tool could be very dangerous, because you could get a little bit too crazy and do too much. This is an eyebrow shaver. It looks like this, and I will use this to, we'll zoom in, I will use this to just sort of get the peach fuzz, sort of shape up my eyebrows. Since I have a shape that I love, I keep it like that, but I maintain that shape. That's a big, crucial thing to remember. So I'll just sort of go around here, take the peach fuzz, and then I'll also go in the middle. But that's all I use, because I do not want to take more than is needed, and it's all about, you have to get a consistent shape and a shape that you're happy with your eyebrows, and then maintain it. If you decide to go crazy with a whole different shape, I advise you go in to a licensed professional and get them done. But if you're comfortable, then go ahead, do them yourself. So these are three of the main tools that I use. And then also I do go in with eyebrow scissors. Again, I have really fast growing hair on my eyebrows, so I go in with some eyebrow scissors, because if you have really long hair on your eyebrows, when you're doing your makeup, your eyebrow hairs will fall down and sort of fall out. So like how I use that is I will literally comb up my hairs and then scissor it. So just like how the people do in the salons, again, this is at home, I am not a professional. You literally like comb up, and then all my long hairs will be poking out of here, and then I would comb, stop it, and then cut the long hairs. Again, you want to be very careful with this tool, because any of these tools can really make a difference with how your eyebrows look. And if you're loving the shape that you are and you're not comfortable with using these, then again, go to a professional. So those are the tools that I use to maintain my eyebrows on a day-to-day basis. So with that being said, now that I went through the hair history and how my eyebrows currently look, let's get into doing my eyebrows. So we're just gonna get in and up close and personal. We're just gonna bring this up just a little bit so you could see me. Now, before, and I could find some photos, but most of the time this part was very sparse on me. So I finally have some hairs growing in that part, because that was extremely sparse to me when when my eyebrows were growing in. And just making sure, like, if you're sparse in some areas, don't touch them. Let the hair grow, because it will grow and your eyebrows hairs will grow in, because that spot used to be sparse, and then also here's a little bit sparse. So I mess with all the hairs that are underneath. I don't mess with the hairs inside my eyebrows, because those are the hairs that I'm trying to grow in and have them look good. And like for this one, your eyebrows are never twins, they're close relatives, close siblings, but like even right here, I want to sort of have some more hair grow in, because this hair is a little bit up, and it's just trying to tweak your eyebrows with how you want them to look. Now, with the products that I use, I just got this new pomade in the store. It is the Morphe pomade in Java. My hair is going to be going on a journey. I plan to go a lot more redder, and with going red, I wanted to have a darker eyebrow. This in the lighting, and I look really, really pale in this lighting, but in this lighting, my hair is a little bit on the red side, so I want to have a very cool tone eyebrow. You typically want to go also a little bit lighter than your eyebrow, but I'm sort of breaking that rules and going a little bit darker just because it looks better, and I want my eyebrows to look more popping versus my hair. I want my hair to be the color and then my eyebrows to be the contrast. Like, you know how blondes have really dark eyebrows? I like that look. Again, that's not a look for you, don't worry. I just do what I think I like and what looks best. And then to go in, I go in with a Morphe M432 brush. I think it's for your eyebrows. I don't know. I assume so. It's very thick, smooth, but we use this spoolie to just comb out my eyebrows and make them look good. So we're just gonna zoom on in. We're just gonna comb. So I'm gonna be looking the viewfinder, and I also have my mirror down here, but just so we are all on the same page. So we're just gonna comb up your eyebrows. You want to make sure they're all combed up so they all flow. And you could fill in your eyebrows with anything. You could fill them in with pomade. You could fill them in with eyeshadow. You could fill them in with eyebrow powder. You could just do a comb. Not saying you need to get your eyebrows filled in. Do what you want and do what works best for you. So this is what the pomade looks like, and I just sort of go in and just hit it just a little bit, because with pomade a little bit goes a long way. Now we're just gonna we're gonna zoom in a little bit. So right now what I do is I am just going to start from let's start from the tail, and I do this, there's not a routine to it, I do it differently each time, but I sort of fill in my tail So because I want my tail to, you know, be prominent. Then I'm going to go in and work underneath. So I'm going to work from this point over. And so I'm going to just sort of lift up my eyebrow with my face. And then I'm just going to go and like connect it to the tail like so. And then we're just gonna, and I have not even dipped, I have not done anything. And then we're just gonna go in and work on the tops and just sort of fill that in. Work with like the shape that you have, and you just want to fill all of that in. Again, if you have any boo-boos, you can fill them with concealer. And then I sort of take it at this way, like flip it, and then I just sort of like, I'm brushing them in and filling in the color. And then we're just gonna do some light strokes in the front because I don't want the front to be too harsh. And then anything you do too harsh, you can always cover up with concealer and do that, or go in with a spoolie. And it might be like, oh, a little bit too much. You can always do less, or you could do more. It all depends with you on how you want your eyebrows to look. Now let's zoom out. Look at the difference of this eyebrow that's not done, this one done. Like, the difference is insane. Now let's zoom out just a little bit more. Like, isn't that crazy what makeup can do to your eyebrows? Now again, if you're really picky, you could go in with some concealer around your eyebrows. I personally don't care. I like how it looks. I just really just sort of emphasize the brow. And granted, this is more of my better brows. This is my little more difficult brow, but it still works and gets the job done. Now we are just going to do the other side. And I'm probably going to fast forward and do this part. The finished product with the eyebrows. This is before and this is after. Then it's a little bit, but doing your eyebrows like makes such a difference, and your eyebrows really frame your face and fit you and how your eyebrows work. And this is just the final look. Like, they look good. Again, you could always go in with a little concealer, but they just really make a difference in how just doing your eyebrows can really make a difference for your face. Not saying you need to do that, but if you're someone that is allowed to wear makeup and wants to experiment, I think it'd be fun to experiment with your eyebrows. Now, I go in with just one more product. Again, going back to what I said, I do have longer hairs in my eyebrows, so I like to go in with an eyebrow gel, pomade, something to sort of keep the eyebrows in and together. This is the e.l.f. one. This is just the e.l.f. little eyebrow gel they have for your mascara and then for your eyebrow, or you know, your eyelashes. I need to get a new one, but this is just the one that's been working for me. So we're just gonna comb those up just to make sure all my hairs stay in place. And if you couldn't already tell with this one, like, this is more my squared eyebrow, this is more of my rounded at the top. I just sort of fill that in and make that look like a square just so it blends. But I also bring my hairs up so it sort of helps put everything together and sort of puts the hairs so it can help match the other side, since I am more sparse on this side with that eyebrow. So, end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys took some tips and tricks, specifically eyebrow tools that you use, and also just when maintaining your eyebrows. Again, I'm not a licensed professional, but these are just some tricks and tips that I've learned over the years going through all my stages of having eyebrows, and you can see what stage they've gone into. And also, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment below any other videos you guys would like to see, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.